I first saw this on Antenna TV, actually, and then later in full on cable, then later owning the DVD. And finally, I own the Blu-ray of The Man in the Moon, the Robert Mulligan movie from 1991, notably for Reese Witherspoon's film debut at just 14. I'm really happy to start this set of physical media reviews with this amazing coming-of-age gem. I just started getting into physical media with the onset of COVID, and it's this kind of untapped niche that I'm really loving exploring, and I hope you guys like this kind of content. If you do, subscribe please and support the channel. I really want to keep doing these reviews for anyone interested, especially for underrated gems like this one. You know, this is an amazing piece of cinema and it deserves more attention, you know, specifically because Reese Witherspoon is a firecracker in this, and the direction is full of nuance. The score is fantastic along with the cinematography.
Reese Witherspoon landed her lucky debut, handpicked out of 2,000 applicants, as an Elvis-loving, church-dodging character self-described as a lump. Danny relates to her dad, who has an easier time finding the Lord while fishing. She's attached herself to a local private swimming hole behind their property. Jason London plays a newly acquainted neighbor who stumbles upon Danny at the swimming hole, who is notably older. This is a big catalyst for the film and has some eyebrow-raising moments. London taught Witherspoon how to run, effectively too, as it seems like it's her second nature here. The Chicago Film Critics Association awarded Witherspoon with a nomination that year, as well as the Young Artist Awards. Director Robert Mulligan became convinced Witherspoon could play a tomboy when he simply told her to chew gum at callback, and that's how that sharp attitude happened to be. The movie feels like a stage play written by Tennessee Williams, but is actually a debut screenplay by Jenny Wingfield, helmed by veteran director Robert Mulligan, To Kill a Mockingbird, who retired after this, his near-perfect opus. Glory Oscar-winning cinematographer boasts an inherent psychology with lines of symmetry, frames, and motion. The risky combination of amateurs and veterans pays off unflinchingly here. The first half of the movie feels like a warm breeze, often poetic and romanticizing one youthful summer that turns ever south and eventually coming full circle. Critically adored but met with an underwhelming audience, this melancholic gem gained a slow and modest following from years of playing on late-night cable. It came onto my radar first on Antenna TV, later watching it in full on late-night cable, eventually getting the DVD, and now finally the Blu-ray. There's apparently an airplane cut so bad that the director opted out of taking credit. There are film scratches, debris, specks, and ever-present grain, containing some mud in the mid-tones, albeit retaining a filmic look with bouts of impressive definition and colors, which have gone unnoticed from prior viewings on the DVD and HD stream. Any Blu-ray will benefit from being shot on film, which is natively an 8K medium. Of course, 4Ks are the highest looking transfers we will ever likely get, as Blu-rays are of course only 1080. But as I said, if it's coming from a film source, that 1080 is going to look pretty great. The film also benefits from its cinematographer using excellent sources of light and shadow. The Blu-ray does justice to the film, and the film does justice to Blu-ray, but I have in fact seen better. This doesn't really come into my top 10 or anything like that. Period details on clothing and props are eye-catching, eliciting an easy rewatch value, especially because the film's first half is a pretty fun, freewheeling ride. Production value is notable as well, with a slew of cars that are highly retro and highly customized to fit each setting. Smooth edges of the car aren't a problem, as they are a highlight of the movie's visual appeal. The audio here is limited to a 2-channel sound setup, but it does make very good use of that, with summer birds and crickets prevalent throughout the underscore. Free-flowing acoustic guitars, poignant strings, and elated flutes stand out through the masterful score by James Newton Howard. The sound is clear, dialogue is well mixed in combination of Foley and ambience. Lines sound as if captured on location, which is always a nice perk. There aren't really any extras here apart from a theatrical trailer and an isolated music track. which is a little disappointing based on the high list price. You can save a few dollars on this though if you go to screenarchives.com. To me, the movie is just that good. The fact that it's on Blu-ray is reason enough for me to own this. Twilight Time provides an excellent looking package with an essay, artwork, and even disc art, something most catalog releases don't get. Gray or blue stock is quite common. I'm very happy this got a release. Limited to 3,000, I was very excited to get this and see it all in its physical glory. For fans of this movie and because it is a limited release, I would recommend it. For newcomers, maybe check out the HD stream first, as the movie can be frustrating for some with how the movie takes the tonal dip around the midpoint and proceeds from there. There are some frustrating gender roles and tropes at play as well, which can be a little out of date or ugly with the 2021 outlook. This is the 90s doing the 50s, so maybe there's some wiggle room there, but for me, I watched this because of Reese Witherspoon. She pops and cracks off the screen, especially impressive because it is her debut. Mulligan's efforts excel here as well, alongside the camera work and the score. Mulligan took what could have been a sappy melodrama and made it something nuanced, authentic, and very real feeling in its drama. There's clearly an abundance of care within the handling of this movie.
I'm so curious to hear what you guys think about this movie. If you've seen it, if you're a fan of it, what your critiques are. Am I the only one who loves this movie to pieces, regardless of its high melodrama? I think this is a perfect example of underrated classic cinema. Thank you all for watching. I hope you sincerely are having a safe and fun time out there. And remember, be kind to yourself. You deserve it. I'm Sam, and I'll talk to you soon.